Driver the number 14 Office Depot Mobile One Chevrolet, who finished second in today's Lenox Industrial Tools 301. Tony Stewart posted his 15th top 10 finish in 25 races at New Hampshire Motor Speedway today. It's his 7th top 10 finish in 2001. Tony, talk a little bit about your run out there today.
It was a perfect day. I mean, for the organization for sure. I mean, this is a perfect way to go into an off weekend for sure, and especially going into Indy. This is this is big for everybody at Stewart Haas Racing, and big thanks to the Hendrick Engine and Chassis Department for everything they do for us. But just really proud of Ryan and Tony Gibson, and it'd be interesting to see. I'm curious to see what the record books here show, but I'm pretty sure Ryan's probably the only guy to ever get 2 poles and 2 wins in a weekend here. So in 3 or 2 different types. Well, I don't know. Kyle maybe did it but to do it in the modified and do it in the Cup car today, and for the organization to take the front row and get first and second today, it's just you couldn't ask for a better weekend.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions, but just another quick stat. I know that Ryan will be in here later, but this is the first time Stewart Haas Racing has finished 1-2. We'll open it up down here in the media center for questions, and we'll take it up to the press box. We'll start right here with Dave.
Yeah, Tony, Dave Robin, NASCAR.com, and Christy just spilled the beans, but organization, and looking at the big picture, first 1-2 for your organization, what does that mean to you on a day like today, looking ahead to Richmond especially?
Well, it's huge. I mean, we, it's no secret we've been struggling this year, but, it really shows me the depth of the people we got in our organization. It's been one of the weirdest years as far as just weird things and bad luck happening to both of us that, our guys at our shop just keep plugging away and they keep working and they keep their chins up, and that's probably what I'm the most proud of. I mean, it's easy when things are going right, but when times are tough and you have a day like today and you see how your organization battles out of that's what, to me, shows the character of what Stewart Haas Racing is about and what our people are like. So that's probably what I'm most proud of in the last 2.5 years is how we've come from the first half of this season to a weekend like this weekend.
Okay, our next question will come from Mike, and then we'll come back up here to Steve.
Tony, congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
Can you just speak to the overall sense that you guys came into this weekend and how maybe you got encouraging signs when, Ryan wins the pole, you guys have pretty good productive long runs in practice, then you finish, qualifying second fastest. What kind of sense did you go into this race? What was your sense how it would turn out?
Well, obviously, getting our first and second qualifying efforts. I mean, that's the first time that we've done that as an organization, and that puts a positive spin on the weekend. We were both happy with our cars yesterday, and we were quickest in the morning session. The second session, when it got warm, we weren't quite as happy with our car, but Ryan was still happy with his, so that was encouraging. And I'm really proud of Darian Grubb. Honestly, they told him yesterday he's got pneumonia, and he's sitting there battling through a weekend like this, and never missed a beat on the box today. And when you're feeling good, it's really easy to lose focus and lose concentration. And I'm really proud of what he did today. I mean, that was a tough day and a tough weekend for him, feeling bad, and but it just an awesome job by everybody. I mean, it's Ryan's been spot on all weekend, and Tony Gibson. Everybody's just done a great job working through the weekend together.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Steve, then come back over to Joe.
By the way, yes, I'm still happy to be a car owner now, in case you had any questions about that. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I have no doubt.
Hey, Tony, congratulations. You still looking forward to having this next weekend off, or you wish you could just take this momentum and the emotion and everything and just go straight home and go to
Well, we only get 3 of them a year anyway, so they might as well take the rest of them away. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's good and it's bad. I mean, it's good because you want to go back to the track next weekend and keep going. But at the same time, we get to ride this wave for 2 weeks, going into a really big race for us. So it doesn't really matter either way. I mean, it gives us time to the good thing for Ryan's team is it gives them a little bit extra time to get ready for the chase now, and it's hopefully that'll lock them in and make sure that we can keep those guys there. So hopefully it'll give them time to get prepared, and it's a good weekend for us, gaining a little bit points-wise, and we'll just keep digging on our side.
Okay, we'll take a question from Joe and then go up to the press box.
Joe Menzer, NASCAR.com. Are you going to stay up here? You got to be so happy you're going to probably stay up here for the owners portion of the press conference as well.
This is the owners portion of the program, just so you know. It never ceases to amaze me how much of a rocket scientist you are.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm just honored to be in your presence.
As a guy who's pretty witty and likes to do, use sarcasm, maybe you should understand that was a joke.
I knew that.
Yeah, maybe your jokes are better, but
they definitely are better. There's no doubt. I'm pretty sure we'll take a poll and it'll be overwhelming.
Okay. Well, I'll get some of my friends together. We'll see.
Okay.
Could you talked about this a little bit, but how fearful were you that Ryan was going to run out of gas? And can you just talk about the fine line that he's walking? Because had he run out of gas, it could have really damaged his chase hopes.
Yeah, definitely was a big risk for sure. And honestly, I didn't know. He got the lead pretty early there, and I knew how short we were. I didn't know what kind of mileage they were getting for the day. If they were getting better mileage than we were, but. This is a pretty easy track to save fuel on in all reality, because you really have to use a lot of brake, but it's got long sweeping corners, so you coast a lot through the center of the corner. So it does give you an opportunity to save fuel pretty easy. And when we had the lead and Carl was second to us, we were lifting just past the flag stand and able to just really save a lot of fuel and not hurt our lap times too much. So. I honestly didn't know what his status was. I knew that he was probably having to save a little bit. The problem was by the time we got to second, we were so far back that we just didn't have a chance to capitalize on it. But I think hindsight being 20/20, I don't mind running second and having him win the race versus us winning the race and him running out of fuel. This is a much more gratifying weekend for me.
Okay, we'll take it up to the press box from questions.
Yes, Louis Frank, Reuters. You kind of answered it, but as a team owner, you had to, during the last laps, you had to be excited for Ryan running up front. But as a driver, you hate to finish second. So, what were you thinking? Closing laps.
I was happy. Period. That we've had when you're in that situation, as an organization, it can't get any better than that. I can promise you, I didn't leave anything out there. That was as hard as I could run to the end. I couldn't get the rest of the way. I couldn't get any further than that. I got in a period where when I caught Jeff Gordon, and I think he was running fourth or fifth at the time, that I got to his bumper, but I couldn't really do anything, and I ran about 3 laps where I just kept slipping the rear of the car and just got the tires hot, and I basically just had to back away from him and run my pace again and just let everything cool down. And then we made that second charge at him and were able to get by him and then keep marching forward. But the problem was to do what we did to get to second. I used everything up getting there, and that was as far and as close to Ryan as I could get. The good thing is we still got guys in the series like Andy Lally that don't see what's going on other than what he's doing. It amazes me the guy has no concept of the race around him, but he held Ryan up a long time and held us up too, but it did give us a chance to close in. We just couldn't get the rest of the way.
Any other questions down here? Okay, we'll take one over here from Dan, then go back to Mike, and then come up here.
Dan Gels from the Associated Press. Tony, where are you as far as a competition director?
We don't have one yet.
Is there any closer to finding one?
When we have one, we'll let you know. We're still working on it. We're working on it. We're not looking for a competition director. We've been doing that since we let Bobby go.
Thank you.
We'll take one from Mike, then come back up front.
Tony, when you went to Victory Lane, what were your words to Ryan?
I just told him I was proud of him. I told him I was proud of him, and it was a great day for our organization and a great day for the Army. And Colonel Krotz was here, and he's retiring after 31 years of serving our country. So, couldn't think of a more perfect day for him to be at the racetrack. We don't get him at the races every weekend, so to have Colonel Krotz here and get the U.S. Army Chevy in Victory Lane, that's an awesome weekend, and that's an awesome way to. You don't want him to go into retirement, but knowing he's going, it was a perfect way to send him off.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Tony Cameron from Radio TAB in Australia. Very hot conditions in the grandstand where we were watching. It's just a fantastic event for us to come over and see. In the car, the heat I know Marcus said on his scanner that he was cramping up a lot. Did you have any problems with the heat actually affecting your driving and your concentration?
My feet were hot all day. I mean, we got a guy that's going to get an earful when I get back to the garage there, but we raced at Eldora last night, ran the Kings Royal and with the World of Outlaw sprint car, and I got to sleep at 5 o'clock this morning and was up at 8:30. So, I feel like we're pretty fit right now. I mean, I don't have a big workout program like some of these other guys do, but I'm pretty sure we're race fit with all the racing that we're doing on the side. It was just a hot day, but we didn't have any problems inside the car. I mean, we're used to it. We do it all the time.
Thank you very much. And just from us too, it's fantastic from Australians to come out and see you guys race.
Thanks.
You.
Next question from Dave.
Tony, what was the key element in the way the race played out strategically today to get your car to be so good at the very end?
I think we had a strong car all day. Just, at the beginning of the race, track position was pretty big, and we stayed out. Both Ryan and I stayed out the first 3 stints of the race. We ran the same left side tires 3 times. So, by the time that Ryan and I finally started fading back, we were doing it together. But we just couldn't believe that we could stay out that long on lefts. But we had a strong car, and we knew we had a strong car all day. I mean, at the beginning when we got the lead, we were just we were running a pace that was comfortable to us. When we were running with Ryan there, and the 2 of us drove away, we were running a comfortable pace, and like we said, when we got later in the race there, where Carl was second, we were able to really take it easy. We knew we had a good car. It was just a matter of, I was surprised how good our car was at the end of the day, because we really didn't change much of anything during the race. But it seemed like the later the day went, the better our car got. And I thought we had a good car at the beginning, but it just kept getting better when it cooled off later in the day.
Any other questions for Tony? Okay, Tony, congratulations. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you, guys.